thing is we are getting ready for our musical. We're in full-blown stages of rehearsal, creating the backdrops and props, and you have this on your tables if you would like to go online and purchase a ticket and come and see the musical that the students were that are practicing since last month, I believe. So we're putting in a lot of effort and a lot of overtime hours for our teachers. So we're really excited, and we hope to see you there. And quickly, I would just like to thank my gate teacher, Jody Lynn, that came with me here today, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanica. Please take the microphone to President-elect Richard Jost, please, for his recognition.
Where are you, Richard? There you are.
Thank you. I'd like to call forward Rosalie and Megan from Nevada State Bank for a moment. Nevada State Bank has been very generous and is going to be one of the sponsors of our annual fundraiser this year. And so, in keeping with our new tradition and the guidance from our new Rotary International president to spend more time emphasizing vocational education and vocational training and vocational elements to Rotary, I'm going to ask Megan, who is the Senior Vice President for Small Lending and SBA Loans, to say a few things about Nevada State Bank, just in case there's anybody out there that wants a loan.
Yes, come see me. I'll be here all afternoon. Yeah. I'm Megan Comfort. I'm the SBA Small Business Manager at Nevada State Bank. We're huge supporters of the business community. We do a lot of different things for our businesses that are here, and we love being a state-focused bank. So sponsorships like the one that we're doing with Rotary is one thing that we absolutely love to do, and I'm very appreciative to be here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome. Is that all you want to say about Nevada State Bank?
Welcome to both of you, and we appreciate Nevada State Bank supporting us year after year. Thank you so much. Please take the microphone to 25 Club President Carrie Gross about our upcoming social night.
Let's get social.
So today is the last day you can sign up for the Neon Museum tour in the Green Book. I will be purchasing the tickets this afternoon or this evening. So you please sign up in the book. We're going to come spend about an hour. It's next Tuesday at 6 p.m. It should be just after dark, and come and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
If you haven't been there, it's quite a treat, actually. I've been a few times. Next.
Please take the microphone to Marie Walsh, please, about our upcoming Breakfast with Books.
Thank you, President Jackie. March the 10th is the next Breakfast with Books. The Green Book is going around, and we'd like to have as many people as possible to help us. We always have a very good showing, Rotarians, and we greatly appreciate it. I just want to make mention also of Reading Week. You'll be getting an email either today or tomorrow, and you can sign up on the web for Reading Week. It's going to be March the 2nd, and the 3rd and the 6th. It's only going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. If you have any questions, please see me. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. Please take the microphone to past President Karen Risenhunt about the Mayor's Cup this past weekend.
Wow, what a weekend it was. Our kids, in 6 games, they let 1 goal in for the entire tournament. It was an amazing weekend. They made it all the way to the finals. The final score against New Jersey was 0-0. Just a little bit of info. There was 55 fields that were used for the tournament, 15,000 players, 70 international countries, referees from throughout the United States and 25 other countries. We had 19 boys and 9 host families. And if my host families could stand up and take a bow. Let me tell you, I know how exhausted I am, so I can only imagine how exhausted they are. Shuttling the kids around, attending the games, feeding them, entertainment. It was an amazing week. Thank you to President Jackie for coming and watching the games, and thank you to the club for supporting this great project.
And thank you to all of you who served as host families. We greatly appreciate it. Please take the microphone to Howie Hopkinson about our upcoming district conference.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. Announcing district conference coming up quickly, May 1st through May 3rd. That's a Friday through a Monday at the Westin Pasadena. You need to register online at district5300.org. Allows you to book the room, allows you to book some food options, whether you want to get all the meals or just 1 or 2 meals. I'm getting told that the best value is in getting all the meals. I know the Pasadena Club, it's their 100th anniversary, and they're hosting quite a bit of the events, so it's supposed to be a memorable event, and we're just trying to increase the attendance, so when we get our citations and when we get the governor's bell proving we're the best Rotary Club in the world, we want as many of us there as possible, so look forward to seeing you there.
Look forward to seeing everyone there. Please take the microphone to Melanie Muldowney regarding our foundation matching points.
All right, we're through the end of Jackie's year. We're running a foundation match to get to the next Paul Harris level. You contribute half, and the club will match with their points to get you to that next level. So if anybody wants to partake in that, just reach out to me. I'll tell you where you're at and what you need to do to do that. So thank you.
Microphone to past President Jim Hunt about our upcoming cigar social.
Fun time.
Thank you, President Jackie. As I mentioned last week, Cigar Social number 21 will be on Friday, March 13th at the home of Kirk and Becca Holmes. They're excited to host people at their home for the first time, so we'd like to give them a nice turnout. It should be a beautiful night. Smile. We should have some wine there, some food. As always, bring 3 cigars. Should be a really fun night. March 13th, which is the Friday before St. Patrick's Day. So there should be a sign-up coming around. Thanks. Oh, I also want to mention, thanks to Bill Houghton, we're going to have a beautiful cigar humidor with the Rotary logo on it. That will be one of our prizes that Bill is going to be donating. So make sure you come in and share with us.
All right, please take the microphone to Michael Williams on a RILA update.
It starts Friday, March the 20th, 21st, 22nd. We have 15, we just interviewed a bunch of high school, or actually juniors at Clark High School yesterday, so we're all pretty much set to go. If there's anyone here that had some of your relatives or something that want to go, please make sure your applications are in by today or yesterday at the latest. It's really getting down to the wire. This is a fabulous, for those that don't know, and we still need more volunteers. If anybody wants to come and hang out up in the Big Bear area for 2 nights and hang out with, the guest speakers are extremely motivational. They make you cry, they make you laugh. It's quite an experience, an unforgettable weekend for 11th graders. They'll remember this for the rest of their life.
Thank you, Michael.
Just to give you an idea of what those speakers are like, they're World Cup performers, soccer players, Olympic archers, so Olympic quality athletes. These are people that have super achieved in life.
Please take the microphone to past President Kathy Dalvey about our blood drive.
I'm posing as Deb Granda today because she also hosted and interviewed for TLC. So if you signed up for the blood drive, please come. If you'd like to, there's still space. So remember, you get a $25 certificate at Laurie's. So please come and help us support the blood drive.
Yeah, we have a few spots remaining, so please sign up. Today's raffle drawing is $4,781 plus today's take. To draw for the joker, the last four, 1525, 1525. All right, Dan. You won something last week, too. Lowry's Bucks, last four, 1504, 150. $1,504. Anybody have it? Nope. Next. New ticket, 1425, 1425. Val. And Barbara won a couple weeks ago. When's dinner? Show them. Pose for the picture.
Thank you. Thank you, Jack.
All right, everyone. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time, especially 2 years ago when we last did this, our past president's review. And the MC, who needs no introduction, and I would like to apologize in advance for turning over the microphone to past president Russ Swain.
Well, thank you, fellow Rotarians and guests. Yep, I am Russ Swain, and I am proud to be a past president. It looks like she's given us about 40 minutes, which means we get 3.07 minutes each. And we're going to do this in order. First, I got to apologize to past President Ginger Anderson and past President Kathy Dalby, because somehow I didn't get them on the list, and I'm the guy that... well, anyway, oh, and Jim Tucker, too. Jim's not on there? Oh, yeah, well, I'm 0 for 3. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. It's really neat that we get to do this and share. I'm going to set the timer now, and we get to share a couple minutes about our year as presidents. And the first one that gets to come up is past President Katie Crockett. She served in 1995 to 96. Come on up, Katie. And the slower she walks, the more I get to talk. That was funny. Come on, you guys.
I wrote it down because it was a long time ago and a lot to remember. I was president in 1995-96, and it was a really good year. It began in Nice, France, at the International Convention. It opened with the presentation of flags of all the nations of Rotary, the national anthem of France, and the United Kingdom, and the introduction of President Bill Huntley from the United Kingdom. Speakers included Suzanne Mubarak, the First Lady of Egypt, King Hussein of Jordan, and Prince Rainier of Monaco. The topics included Rotary's place in the world and Rotary's partnership with the United Nations. The finale of the convention was an international parade and carnival along the Promenade des Anglais, with a flyover by the French version of the Thunderbirds. This was an opportunity to meet Rotarians from clubs around the world, to see that each of our clubs face many of the same issues, that we have a major impact on our communities, and to see firsthand how great a difference we make in the world, and that what we do is recognized by world leaders. 1995-96 was also the year that Rotary first went online. Our district governor was Ken Miller, a past president of our club. Two major goals for the year were improved fellowship and service opportunities. The head table was reorganized to recognize a 25 club member, a senior active, and a visiting Rotarian. Gild Gray wrote a column for The Wheel each week titled Lest We Forget that recognized contributions of many past and longtime Rotarians. A master calendar for club events was expanded to include events for all the Las Vegas clubs in order to foster increased fellowship between the clubs in Southern Nevada. A major community project was a program in conjunction with Clark County School District to collect used computers donated by local businesses and reformat them for use in local schools. Our primary fundraiser was a black tie dinner and auction that raised $20,000 to refurbish 2 cabins at Child Haven. This also included a 2-day hands-on project there. Our annual softball game at Cashman Field, we challenged the Southwest Club, beat them handily, and raised funds for a group that helps handicapped children ride horses. We sponsored ambassadorial scholar Walter Andenoff to study at Oxford College. After meeting at Harris for many years, we relocated to the showroom at the Desert Inn Hotel. The stage curtain was covered with banners brought by visiting Rotarians from around the world. Our first speaker at the Desert Inn, which was the annual Rotarian Daughter Luncheon, was actress Debbie Reynolds. Our club membership increased that year from 161 to 174 members. We hosted the district conference here in Las Vegas at the Flamingo Hotel, and our club received the Presidential Citation for Outstanding Club. The year drew to a close as Joe McNamee again hosted the demotion party at the Silk Purse Ranch.
Katie was also the first woman president of our club, so let's recognize her. Next up, past president Tom Thomas, 1999 to 2000. Yes, sir. Maybe I'll just talk without a mic.
Well, I had the good pleasure of being the president during our millennial change. I can't tell you much about the international Rotary party because it was in Panaca, so I didn't go. It was quite interesting, though, to be in the Y2K year. For those of us who remember, we had several speakers that year help everybody realize that they weren't going to lose their bank accounts, their computers were still going to work, life would go on as we know it. And imagine if we had to go through that today with how connected we are in computers. Leather little point of history under Bob Santa Claus McBrien and Don Lloyd. To 3, and we invited other Rotary clubs in the Valley to join us, and that year we serviced 80 children. Kathy Dalvey took 20 kids to Ryla, and she's still sane. So, and then this phenomenal program that we have every week, Jim Tucker, past president Jim Tucker, started our multi-page, multi-color program, and that year it won at the district conference as the best program in the district. Speaking of the district, in the year 2000, our club was the #1 club for contributions to Rotary International on a per capita basis of club members, and we set a record for our club that I don't believe has ever been matched. That year we had 5 of our members reach major donor status with Rotary International. Mike Ballard was our club program chair, and he's done that probably more times than any other member of this club. And just to name a few of the programs he brought, both U.S. Senators, Richard Bryan, Harry Reid spoke to us, Governor Kenny Gwynn spoke to us. We had 3 generals speak to us that year. And as I mentioned, we had more than enough programs to help everybody realize that life would go on regardless of the Y2K problems that were predicted. Finally, my biggest challenge of the year was we were at the DI at that time, as Katie mentioned, and we were in the showroom, and we had this beautiful dark blue velvet curtain that had hundreds and hundreds of banners from clubs all over the world, and atop it said Las Vegas Rotary greets the world. And I got to be the president that decided we were the food quality for our buffets had gone down precipitously and the cost had gone up. But more importantly, one of my guest speakers that I brought to the club that year was Elaine Wynn. And this was about 5 weeks prior to her and Steve Wynn purchasing the DI. And she gave me a little nudge and said, you might want to think about relocating where you guys have lunch. So I came over and met with Lowry's, and we've been here ever since, and thank goodness we've been here.
Okay, next up, Mr. Past President Jim Hunt, and he served 2001 to 2002. Let's welcome Jim. Come on, big round of applause.
My friend Russell. Yeah, I had the honor of being the 78th president of the Las Vegas Rotary Club. And during that year, we raised more than $124,000 that was distributed through local community service projects as well as international programs. And one of my goals was to really try to attend, and I did, I'm very proud of, every single event that any member could attend. And I thought I'd track them throughout the year. And at the end of the year, in the wheel that we do a recap, we listed every single one of them. And for those that are visiting our club and always say, gosh, your club's so active, you do so many things, I had no idea just how active we were until we did the tally. And during that year, we had 115 opportunities to participate in either a community service event, a social event, books with kids, all kinds of different programs. So, I mean, the ability to get acclimated to this club is incredible because there are just so many diverse programs that we sponsor and that we take part in. That year, one of my proudest accomplishments, we did a fundraiser. Back then, each president kind of came up with their own fundraiser each year. Now we have one that's recurring, which is nice. But the year that I was president, that we did a show at the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino that the Honky Tonk Angels were in. My former wife was one of the stars of the show. And, of course, getting the cast to agree to do it for no cost wasn't too much of a problem, but we had the room costs and the showroom and the maitre d's and the bartenders, and I met with the general manager, and to my astonishment, everything was comped. So we had zero overhead for our fundraiser. We raised $28,000. We were hoping to buy 100 wheelchairs to distribute them to people in our community. We ended up buying 120 wheelchairs, and we still had $10,000 left over to go to the foundation. So we're pretty happy with the outcome of that. My year was the year that, of course, Bob McBrien was approaching me to start working with him as co-chair that year as soon as my year as president was done. And I said, we can really do it. I know we can go over 100 kids if we really try. And as Tom mentioned, he had 80 in his year, and I think we had a few more than that the following year when Tom Krob was president. And we went over 100, and I thought, we'll never break that barrier again. And of course, now then we went to 200, and then we went to 300, and now we're at about 350 each year is what we average. So this shows the growth of the club and when you stick with things. I want to give a shout out to past President Steve Linder, because when I looked back at my, in the wheel or in the roster, I encourage our new members to go back and read the entire history of this club, because it's pretty amazing, all the things that we've done. Steve was so active during my year. He was unbelievable. We did 2 Habitat for Humanity builds. We did Safe Street. We did Opportunity Village. We took kids to football games and basketball games. And Steve, thank you. You were amazing and organized all of those things that year. Probably the most heart-wrenching and heartwarming thing that happened during my year, I think, was, of course, September 11th. I'll never forget watching it that morning and just in complete shock and going to get my kids from school and how we all felt. And it dawned on me, not until the next morning, really, oh my God, tomorrow's going to be Rotary, because September 11th was on a Tuesday, so Wednesday, I'm scratching my head, how am I even going to begin the meeting or talk about this horrific event? And in true Rotary fashion, I started getting phone calls. And one of them was from the gentleman who just spoke, Tom Thomas, one from Jim Tucker. We had at the time what was a record $8,000 in our wheel or drawing that was built. That was the biggest pot we'd ever have. Well, those two gentlemen and others suggested, why don't we add some nice donations and just pass the hat around and send that to New York. We did that, so within 24 hours, we sent $10,000 to New York. And what goes around comes around. When we had our horrific shooting here a couple of years ago, that same club donated money back to our club so that we could disperse that. So that's the power of Rotary. It's enduring for a very long time. The last thing I'll just mention, I'm pretty happy that during the year we got nominated and received the Outstanding Service Organization of the Year Award from the National Association of Fundraising Professionals. We also received recognition from the Boys and Girls Club, Child Haven, Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth, and at District Conference we received the Outstanding Service Award for 2001-2002. It's been an honor ever before and ever since. I love this club with all my heart, and I love everybody that's going to talk next, too. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Our next president coming up is past President Jim Tucker. He served 2002 to 2003. Come on up, Jim. Come on, get up here. Just because your name didn't get printed up there doesn't mean you're not getting up and talking. Get up here.
Thanks, Russ. I didn't know I had to sign in for this, but 2002 and 3 was one of my best years. I was very proud to be selected as president of the club. I did my tour of duty in Brisbane. I know Katie went to France, but all the presidents get a Rotary function, Rotary International function that they have to go to. And it was amazing. The things that I did for the club is I turned everything into digital documents. So all of our ads I made and digitized Word documents. Wheel that helps pay for the printing. And didn't raise a bunch of money that year, but we were busy passing out wheelchairs still after Jim left. And we had a good year that we are growing with good people as presidents of the club, and I want to thank everybody for their support in my year. Thank you.
Okay, up next, past President Kathy Dalvey. She served 2003 to 2004.
President, 2003, 2004. It was really a pleasure. It's really a pleasure and joy to be a president of this club. Although I was a little shocked, to be honest, when they asked me. You look at the people who've been president, and they are unbelievably outstanding people. But it was the best year in Rotary. I had the most fun. This was the 80th year of our club. Our club was established in 1923, and Ed LaPere, we chaired a Roaring 20s party based off our club being established in 1923. This added to our very active social year. We had 2 where we played the Fremont Club, and we won. Putting tournament, a UNLV tailgating game, and a Shakespeare festival in Utah. The Rotary International theme for this year was the Family of Rotary. So our club developed a Family of Rotary group. And in honor of one of our past district governors, Joe Buckley, we also planted a tree in his memory at the Rotary Park. Karen Wiesenhunt in that year also helped to establish our Centennial Project. The Rotary was turning 100, and they asked every club to do a project for the 100th year. We moved one of the railroad cottages that was one of the original ones out to the Spring Mountain Ranch Park. This year, we raised $250,000 for Rotary and community projects. In addition, we had 3 district grants. We sent 184 kids to Santa Claus. We did Safe Streets, Students to Sports. We also won the Thanksgiving food drive. And we added a Kitteract club that year. And on a side note, I asked Richard Robledo to go out to Walter Bracken and set up a Kitteract club. He went out to Walter Bracken. He met one of the teachers. They got married. They have 2 kids. So see, Rotary does pay off. So because thanks a little bit to me. We had a very successful year at district conference. We won first or second, thanks to all the past and present too, in every single category. We won the Club of the Year. We won the Presidential Citation too. So we got the district bell. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Next up, past President Brock Fraser. Come on up. Brock served in 2006 to 07.
Thank you, and as any of the past presidents will tell you, that your year as president will probably be the best year of your Rotary career, and it certainly was for me. Katie brought up her president's trip to France. Who was it mentioned that they went to, Tucker went to Brisbane, and I had the good fortune of going to Copenhagen. Now, following me was Randy Campanelli. He got to go to Salt Lake. And then Russ Swain followed him, and he got to go to L.A. San Antonio. Yeah. We did end the year by winning the District President's Cup for Best Club in the district, which has always been a real prize of ours. Membership, my year, and that had been kind of a track of mine for the previous several years. We ended the year at 185 members at that time, just prior to the country's downfall, our little recession. Santa Claus, at the same time, Jim Hunt and Tom Krob took it up to 280-ish, as I recall. We managed to hand out the year and managed to pull off all the projects that we had. We got to the end of the year, and our coffers were overflowing. And I went to, what can we do? And we said, okay, we need to keep at least 3 months. Sharon McNair said, we need to keep at least 3 months club's expenses kind of as a buffer. Well, we figured that out, and we still managed to take $25,000 in leftovers and put it into the permanent fund, which was a real source of pride.
Thank you, Brock. Up next, past President Randy Campanelli, and Randy served 2007 to 2008.
So, over the years, not every year, but over the years, sometimes the district would say, hey, you're the big club, why don't you guys do this? And sometimes were unreasonable requests. So Charlie Barr was my district governor. He runs bars for a living, and he's got shoulders like this. Other than that, he's built like me, but he has much wider shoulders than me. And so he sent me my first week as president an email saying, can you get the ages of all your membership? And knowing about our history, I promptly emailed him back saying, don't put your problems on me. I'm too busy to handle clerical work like this. So he called me, and he offered a hand and an open hand and a branch of peace. And I sort of tried to run with that. So some things happened while I was president that were not my doing, like we hit $1 million for the Rotary International Foundation in contributions, and we got great acclaim for that. I happened to be the president at the time. So I tried to, there's a number of things I tried to do. We all, want to keep us where we're at and make things better. I tried to develop some things to get us closer to the district and have the district get closer to us. And one of those was our Rotary president, international, Wilf Wilkinson, came out to Las Vegas to honor J.C. Penney and us for the Santa Claus program. And it was quite an honor. And, but you know, Santa Claus, again with me, rightly or wrongly, but with Santa Claus is really, everybody participates here. They take great pride in it. And we talk about what we're doing. And every president from Las Vegas, their number one program was Santa Claus. So just before Jim was going up, I said, would you mind talking about us as a Southern Nevada and not just the Las Vegas Rotary? And he did. And we got privately great acclaim for that, privately, not publicly, for trying to do that. The other thing we did was at the President's Advance, Karen Wiesenhunt is a wizard with the numbers. She should actually be in my business because she'd always find more money for international grants. And the first thing we did was Michael had the idea, this kid, Michael Gordon, who was a kid then, our ambassadorial scholar, that about doing, you know, books in all 3 languages of South Africa, Swahili, Afrikaans, and English, if I remember correctly. And we did it, but it was a big project. We were going to do it, and then I went to Charlie Barr and said, why don't we make this a district project? Because, in fact, the district had adopted this kid, and he did it. And so that was actually a district project. 12,000 kids were helped in 1 year, and they kept those books for a number of years. So a lot more than 12,000 kids. And then at the President's Advance, per Karen, she taught me this formula of $1,700 equals $4,900, which if you played your cards right, you could contribute $1,700, and if you got matching grants all the way up through international, you could turn into $4,900. And so because the book program was adopted by the district, we had a little money left over, and Steve Parikh did a great deal. We put 10,000 in, and he raised, I think, 50,000, and built a dormitory for a girls' school in India. And then, you know, the Mesquite Club, it's a small club. They're Rotarians, they have big aspirations, and so they said we're going to build an operating room and operating table in India for polio survivors. And it requires, it's very expensive because they have to put them in all different kinds of positions to be able to operate on them. Because as polio, as time goes by, their muscles contract and their tendons contract, so it's a lifelong series of surgeries. So, and they didn't have the money. So they had a lot of money, but they didn't have enough. And so I called Miss Karen and said, can you find some more money for me? And we completed that project. And it wouldn't have happened without Karen. When these good things happen to us. And I don't want to tell you that what I did was anything extraordinary because everybody's done it. Thank you.
Okay, you guys, guess who's next? I'm really grateful that I served as the 85th president of this club from 2008 to 2009. There's the picture on the website. I look a little bit older than that. I have to wear cheaters now, and I can't hear where the bean, but you know what? It's all good, right? So, you know, our theme that year was the Make Dreams Real, and so at the district conference, or the president-elect training that we went to, I was able to get some Make Dreams Real coins, service above self coins, and that was one of the things I did each week is I recognized a member each week that did service above self, and you know, so that was one of the things I did each week. I brought back the head table because I always liked the head table. When I was brand new, we had a big head table up here, and I brought that back that year. It was a downturn in the economy, and you know, we had a lot of members that had to bail out during that year. But this club did so many amazing things. We did still serve 278 kids that year in Santa Claus. We had 55 new Paul Harris Fellows that year, which was just amazing in the downturn. one of the things I was most proud of is Craig Miller made a promise that we'd never lose the Kiwanians again in the annual food drive, and that was the first year we surpassed 100,000 cans. We had 101,006 cans, and the Kiwanians did 24,624, so 8 years in a row at that point. But, you know, we did so many things that year that this club just did what our motto is, service above self. And, you know, I'm really proud that I got to serve. At the district conference, we won all kinds of awards because Karen filled out all the paperwork. And, you know, I was like, what is all this stuff? And, I mean, she just did. She has been an amazing Rotarian, and she follows me. Let's get Karen up here.
Well, as Russ was saying, the economy was pretty bad back in his year. It was even just as bad in my year, too. But this club always steps up and gets the job done. And over and above our annual programs, our community grants, $3,000 was given to the Red Cross, $3,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of Nevada, Southern Nevada, $3,000 went towards a student to sports program, and the members stepped up and also contributed to it, and we sent 1,035 veterans and their families to a basketball game, so that was a highlight for me for this year. $5,000 went to Vegas PBS for the Keeping Kids Fit program. We also gave out wheelchairs to the Miracle League, Salvation Army, and Veterans Village. On the international side, it was the time when Haiti had a natural disaster. We donated $3,500 to Shelter Box, $2,300 to the Red Cross, $3,450 to the Salvation Army, and all of that went to Haiti for their efforts. We also contributed $2,500 towards a $100,000 grant to our partner club, the Rotary Club of Calgary, and that was for mosquito netting for 14 African nations. We also contributed to an ambulance through the Mesquite Rotary Club. We hosted the boys from the Mayor's Club. The first year that we did that was in Brock's year, and I think we're up to the 13th year now. Along with that, we also participated in the Super Build program. Scholarship-wise, we contributed $2,000 towards the Tiberti Scholarship Fund at UNLV. We had one outbound youth exchange student who went to Germany, 2 inbound ambassador scholars that came from South Korea, 1 outbound ambassador scholar who went to Ghana, and then we had the first in the district and in this club, the World Peace Scholarship, and that was Chantel, and she went to Australia on a $70,000 scholarship. Thanks to Ginger Anderson, we met our $1 million goal for the Las Vegas Foundation through a contribution of $250,000 seed money from the Tiberti Foundation. I think we're way past $2 million now on that. Most memorable for me was the Christmas party. We did Santa Claus, we had our Christmas party, but we also did a children's family-oriented Christmas party. And our Santa that year was Bob Patton, who has since passed on. It was a great Christmas party with all kinds of crafts, treats and candies, and of course Santa Claus. The debunking party, because of funding, I asked that it be at the home of Kaz and Brigetta Fata. And to end this presentation, RCMP officer Dudley Doolittle sent me up the river without a paddle.
Okay, we got to speed this up. Come on, Randy, you get on up here. Randy Donald, he's 2012 to 13. Thanks, bud.
So when I was president-elect, I checked with all the past presidents. I said, well, what do you recommend? And they said, you know what? It's your year. You can do whatever you want. So I took down their advice. I said, you know what? I'm going to declare this to be a fun year. And because I was able to do that because of all of you and all the members that we had at that time, they get the job done. So I was just lucky to be part of that, and we got a lot done during that year. Our international theme was Peace Through Service, and I had the head table. I don't know if I brought it back that year, if it had been missing before, but I brought back the head table. We had a head table that year. And one of the things I did was I invited 2 members to sit with me as well as the speaker, so there's 4 of us at this head table, and we were in the main room over here. And I would do research on the remember learning so much about Katie Crockett and her family. So if you ever get the chance to Google Katie Crockett and her family, you're going to find some interesting things. So we increased membership that year by 12, ending up with 162 members. We had a golf tournament that raised over $14,000. We had the 2nd annual Valentine's Gala. Do you remember having the gala? We honored Paula Francis that year with KLAS TV, and we raised $5,000 to Shade Tree, and we raised over $17,000 to our foundation. We had a trip to Creech Air Force Base, which we've done a couple times since then, and if we ever get the opportunity, I think we're talking about this year, it's a great trip. You learn so much out there and see what they're doing basically around the world. We had a great Halloween party at our house that year. We really enjoyed that. Our Christmas party, the band that year was Gary Miller, who's a member of our club, and his band. We really had a big turnout for district conference that year. We had so many members show up. I remember I asked Katie if she would help me put that together, and she did. We had a hospitality suite. I was the 90th president. I was honored to be the 90th president, as we're looking now, coming up to our 100th president. So that year, we had the 90th anniversary party at UNLV Library. And Tom Thomas talked about he had to take down that blue curtain. Well, we maintained that blue curtain, and we gave it to UNLV Library, and it's part of the archives as well as some other historical things from our club. So those things. Does anyone remember who the 25 Club president was during my year? Anybody know? John Injemy was our 25 Club president that year. And you see him he's still serving this club so well, and along, of course, with his sister Marie. But they're at the head table almost every week if they're in town taking care of us. So, John, thanks for the leadership in 25 Club that year. And so my debunking party was a lot of fun. There's some firsts that happened inside. We were inside a building, but the committee managed to ride Harleys into the room. I don't know, do you all remember that? So the theme was Dr. Seuss's Wild Harley Ride. So it could have been more appropriate for me. And as I did in each of the meetings I ended it with a little Dr. Seuss quote. And so today I'd like to share with you, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Thank you.
Okay, past president Ginger Anderson, 2013 to 14.
All right. Well, it was my great honor to serve as the 91st president of this great club. And you know, with the wonderful work of all the members of the club, we did a lot of things, and it's really hard to figure out which ones to highlight. But one thing that really stands out for me about that year is that's the year we adopted our mission, teaching youth to succeed through literacy, education, and life skills development. And we did that. There was a lot of groundwork involved, and we had a lot of meetings trying to figure out what it is that really was the heart of our club. And all that effort was led by Tom Thomas, Glenn Meyer, and Deb and Bill Granda. We would never have gotten there without Bill Granda, gotten that done. He did a fantastic job helping us with that. And we thought we were going to narrow it down to one thing, but when the membership voted, there were 3 things that essentially tied literacy, education, life skills development. Those things are all, very important to us, and we're doing a fantastic job touching lives in those areas. In fact, in that year, our efforts touched over 50,000 lives, and we distributed $28,379 in grants and support for 3 elementary schools. Santa Claus served 309 children that year, and we netted 83,000 cans of food for the Salvation Army. We did some international projects too. We partnered, and everybody mentioned Karen. There you are. None of our international things at that time would have gotten anywhere without Karen Wisenhunt, and certainly not with the impact that we make with those multipliers. So we committed with our sister club in Canada to a clean water project in Cambodia. We did Super Build, building homes in Mexico, which we still do to this day. And part of that was supported by Arlene Serwaz Wine to Water fundraisers. We hosted a youth exchange student from Brazil, Fernanda, and she was fantastic. And she has gone on to earn her degree in business management, and she is currently an international trade analyst in Brazil. And she may be coming to visit soon, so let's hope we see her. We had some football bets that year. I'm a diehard 49ers fan. Glenn Meyer's a diehard Seahawks fan. So we made a few bets, one of them resulting in me wearing a Seahawks jersey through a meeting. Worst day ever. And another great thing that our membership did that year, specifically Marianne Avnet with the help of Joe Campanelli, Randy's son, was to create our club's video that talks about what we do. And Jim uses the Santa Claus portion of that video every year to show people who don't know us what it is that we do. So that was an amazing thing that Marianne was able to put together. And then one other highlight I'll touch on is under Katie Crockett's leadership as president of the foundation, we reached $1.5 million in the endowment, and the foundation contributed $57,000 that year to our community service efforts. Finally, well, not quite finally, a couple things. Once again, we won the district governor's bell for best large club and the RI presidential citation. And past President Randy threw the debunking party, and I'm sure even if you weren't there, you could probably guess the theme, Gilligan's Island. We had a great time, and everything that's accomplished is always due to everybody in the room who gets it done. We just get the good fortune of standing up and watching it all happen thanks to you.
Thanks, Ginger. Next up, past President Steve Linder, 2014 to 15. Look at him. He's right up on there. Johnny on the spot.
Thank you, past President Russell. In the interest of time, I'll be short. Okay. In 2014, the RI passed new logo standards, which everybody knows we now have gracing our wheel. We also redid our flag and our membership cards so that everything has that picture on it on the front of the roster. And I became captain of the logo police. Just a couple of other things we did in my year. We started Club Assembly, which we still continue to this day. Lowry's went from paper Lowry bucks to the electronic paper bucks that you see today. We had our meetings, my year was the last year in the big room, and then when Mary Ann became president, we moved to this room. We also started Spread the Word Nevada. We kicked it off on March 27th at Will Beckley Elementary School with past President Ginger and Glenn Meyer. And since then, Marie Walsh has picked up, did the first breakfast with books on May 20th, and that continues to this day. Thank you very much, Marie.
All right. Hey, past President Michael Gordon, he served in 1718.
Thank you. So I know we're running out of time, but it's always good to recognize, in my year, Sidra Kane. I saw her somewhere. She was the speaker's chair, and she did something awesome, that she aligned our projects with the speakers. So for instance, one of the speakers was Brian Burton from 3 Square, and that meal that day was a rice bowl. If you weren't here, you missed out. It's never been done again, but hopefully people still remember that. She organized Bob Brown from Opportunity Village, and then that night we went to Magical Forest. So it was a lot of pre-planning on her part. Tony Kern, Jamie Goldsmith, and Janelle Lozano were our scribes, and we remember these things because you guys did your jobs. So thanks for that. Some things, we exceeded $1 million in expenses for Santa Claus. That was good. We instituted the Tiberti Fellowship for our local foundation, which means if you donate $1,000 to our foundation, you get that. So we exceeded $2 million for our foundation. I was really proud of that. We did everything that everybody else said, you know, the canned food drive, the kids, breakfast with books. And then like Jim Hunt said, 1 October happened, and as president, you don't understand the internationality of Rotary until something like that happens. Me personally, got emails from 3 continents, clubs, Haifa, Israel, South America, people just pouring out and wanting to help. And like Jim said, one of the nice things was the Rotary Club of New York helping us so many years after 9/11. We had our 95th birthday party. The RI director was here. Mayor Carolyn Goodman was a speaker, and she proclaimed April 5th, 2018 as Las Vegas Rotary Day. Of course, we won Governor's Bell like we do every year. But we cannot do it. Everybody has said it's all because of you guys, but there was one person I talked to more than my wife for almost 2 years, and that's Sean Norda. So we may be here as the presidents and be the face, but Sean is truly the engine. So Sean, thanks for helping us do everything.
Okay, last but not least, past President Jim Cole, and he served last year. You got 30 seconds, Jim.
30 seconds. Okay, we did everything that they said before, so I'm not going to rehash all that. I just want to say thank you to everybody in this club. He did a fantastic job, and especially I echo what Michael said. Sean is just phenomenal to work with. If you get a chance to be president, you'll love it. She's the backbone of the club. And because you know I love to show that we are the best Rotary Club in the world, here's the proof. You heard them all talking about it. We won it again back-to-back years. This club dominates the district, and that's so awesome. Thank you all very much.
I got the microphone back. I'm honored to be about 4.5 months away from being for this very exclusive club. Please, everyone stand and let's recognize our past presidents. Meeting adjourned. Board of Directors meeting in the Vintage Room directly after. Thank you very much. All right, we did great.
I know. It's hard to